Today's channel sponsor is brought to you by CuriosityStream, the home of thousands of streamable documentaries and non-fiction to shows like history, nature, science, food, technology, travel, and much more. CuriosityStream has 35 collections of curated programs handpicked by their experts. You can stream to any device for viewing anytime or anywhere. I really enjoy the David Attenborough series for learning about different kinds of animals and nature. CuriosityStream has a really good deal going now. By using code NIGHT, you can sign up for an entire year just for $14.99 for unlimited streaming access. So go check it out. Thanks CuriosityStream for the channel sponsor.
What's up, issue? For today's video, we're full Pokemon Alphabet Team, letter F. Last time we did the letter E, and this time we're going to be doing the letter F. So let's get some Fs in the comment section. Nah, just joking. Now, what happens with the rules of these is I pick out 6 random Pokemon that start with a particular letter, and I put them on one team so we have lots of Pokemon variety. Now, if you want to follow me on Twitch, make sure you do. That's where I take all my battles, do all my Pokemon sweeps and theme teams, so go give it a check out there. If you haven't followed me, make sure you do that, and let's get into today's battles. The first battle here, this one was against Sugato. I think I said that name right. And that was some pretty interesting battles today for sure. I've got something very, very sad and very, very, very funny at the end of the video, people. So maybe you want to check out the whole video and see it at the end. But trust me, you may shed a tear, all right? I did. Alright, so we're going to hit my top lead here, and it's going to be dropping my attack, which is good, right? Because I'm running a special Flygon. So we got max speed and max special attack here, modest nature. I've got Dragon Pulse, Boom Burst, Fire Blast, and Earth Power. So here comes the fake out from the Hitmontop. It's going to crit me this time, doing a little bit more damage than it would do there, right? What I'm thinking about doing, right, is going for a Boom Burst here to boost my special attack. Now, Skarmory is going to be swapping in here. I thought they'd, they're probably guessing me to go for an Earthquake or something like that. But we're going to be going for Boom Burst, and it's not going to be doing a heap of damage there, but we are going to be boosting our special attack. The only bad thing is now, I was going to go for a Fire Blast here, and I definitely just going to do that, right? But it is sort of going to put them on guard that I'm running a special set, and they are going to be swapping into Tyranitar there. Whether they predicted the Fire Blast or not, or just a strong special move, I'd say that is why they swapped therefore into that. So going for the Fire Blast on Tyranitar, it's going to do absolutely no damage at all. It's a Tyranitar, and I was sort of low-key hoping for a burn, but it didn't happen. So what I thought now, right, is maybe I should go for an early Dynamax here and make use of this Flygon, right? I've actually already revealed half the team, which has been pretty good too. So they obviously might have a few issues with this Flygon if I can maybe take out this Tyranitar, right? So what I'm going to be doing, right, is going for an Earth Power, obviously a Dynamax, and I know that it's not going to be a one-hit KO, even if maybe if I crit it, if it was not in Dynamax, but anyway, so go for that regardless, and it's going to be doing a lot of damage to Tyranitar, as you can see. It's a clear 2-hit KO. Definitely wouldn't have taken it out with a crit there. So Tyranitar's going to live that one easy. I'd say they're probably running like an Assault Vest set, and here comes the Crunch here. Crunch doesn't do a lot of damage to Flygon, so we're all good now. So I thought at this stage, I think they might go back into Skarmory. So what I'm going to be doing is going for a Max Flare coming off the Fire Blast there. And instead of the Skarmory coming in, we got the Hitmontop coming in there. Obviously just to tank the move there. But Max Flare is going to hit a pretty hard here, and it's also going to put the Sun up on the field too. So I'm going to be able to hit very, very hard with that Fire Blast, right? So Hitmontop's got pretty good special defense there, so it tanks it, I guess, reasonably well, and bye-bye to the sand. Now we got the Hitmontop actually swapping out here. They did a lot of swapping at the start here. This Flygon caused a lot of pain for them. Now, what I did, right, is I thought they're probably not going to swap in their Skarmory. I'm going to go for an Earth Power here, obviously in my Dynamax, right, and see if we can take this Hitmontop out, because I think they may swap again. And they went back in time to Tyranitar. Obviously, they wanted to get that sand up again, right? So I was like, okay, that's fine. So Tyranitar is going to go down there, and we're going to get another special defense boost there, which is good. So we've got 2 of them now, and I've actually injured nearly all of their Pokemon, so I'm pretty happy with that so far. Next is going to be the Shake Your... I nearly thought that said shake your booty. Shake your body. It's the Clefable here. Now, there isn't lots I can do to this outside of Boom Burst. That'll be my most powerful attack, right? So go for the Boom Burst on the Clefable there. Look at the damage it does. That's pretty impressive. And now we got the Clefable going for a Cosmic Power. So like, okay, it's just the the typical Cosmic Power set here. So it's like, okay, let's go for another Boom Burst. This should do a lot of damage still. I definitely won't take it out, but it will put it, almost in a low red range, right? So I go for that Boom Burst on the Clefable. I was kind of wondering what they were going to do, if they were going to go for Wish or, had like a Wish and Protect set, and they're going to throw the Wish up. So it's like, okay, do I swap here? or do they not have Protect? If they don't have Protect, it's fine. But if they do, I'm going to waste a turn here. So I decided to go for the attacking move. They swapped out their Clefable, so clearly they didn't have Protect or they didn't want to use it. And they're going to go into Azumarill. So it's like, okay, Boom Burst is going to do some pretty good damage here. However, the Wish will heal up a lot of the damage I just dealt to them, right? But that's all good. This Flygon is really causing them a lot of trouble. A special Flygon too. So here comes a Aqua Jet from the Azumarill. That does a lot of damage. I lived on 1 health. The merch is available, people. You can check it out below the video. And we're going to go for another Boom Burst there. Now, that Aqua Jet did too much damage. That's definitely a choice banded set. I'm going to be swapping that out and maybe leaving the Flygon for later. I feel this might be able to draw out the Skarmory or Stealth Rocks too and give me another advantage. So what I did, right, is I went into the Ferrothorn here. This was an interesting Ferrothorn set, right? I want to make use of the move Gravity, and I actually have a combination with one of my other Pokemon. So we've got Gravity, Power Whip, Explosion, and Worry Seed. I've got Max Health and Max Attack, Adamant Nature there, and Power Whip hits pretty hard with Adamant Nature, right? Now, I'm positive they're definitely going to be swapping it. They're definitely not going to be staying in using Aqua Jet, and they're going to be swapping out there, right? Now, the Pokemon to come in here I thought might be Skarmory. However, we got the Clefable coming in. So I was like, okay, that's really good. I went for the Power Whip, and Power Whip is going to be taking out Clefable. So that's good. So that's another Pokemon down there at the moment. So another bulky Pokemon got. Obviously, that critical hit did not matter there. So bye-bye Clefable. Next Pokemon to come in here is Pikaboo. It's like, okay, this is definitely choice banner, right? They wouldn't swap it in for any other reason apart from Superpower. That's the only move they really could use here. So what I did, right, is I went into my Fletching here, and this is a Focus set, right? And I'm going to be leaving that one on 1 health there. Now, this is actually a max speed and max attack set, and when I say max speed, it's actually not really that fast with Gale Wings. So we've got Sword Dance, Acrobatics, Flame Charge, and Flail. Flail is going to hit pretty hard, so I went for the Flail here. I know they don't have Aqua Jet here, and I'm pretty sure that I'm going to be able to outspeed them, and that's going to be very good, right? So they swap out, definitely choice banded there, and they're going to be going back into Hitmontop, getting a Intimidate drop on my, I nearly called it a Tailor there, on my Fletching there. Did you guys get a shiny on your community day for Pokemon Go? I've got like 3 of them. Anyway, so go for the Flail here, and Hitmontop almost goes down there. If it wasn't for that Intimidate, I would have taken out. Rocky Helmet is going to take me out there. So it's like, okay, let's go back into Flygon again. It's been so good here. There's no Stealth Rocks on the field. I can easily take this out, right? I know they've got Fake Out, so what I did, right, is I did a swap into Ferrothorn to bait out their priority move being Fake Out, or if there's another one, and they took the bait there nicely, and Ferrothorn's going to take very minimal damage and go down, the Hitmontop's going to go down to the Iron Barbs there. So that was really nice getting rid of the Hitmontop there. So now I've taken 3 Pokemon out here, and the next Pokemon is Azumarill. So like, okay, here comes the Superpower. I know that it's coming again. At this stage, Ferrothorn's used to sort of run out, so I'm just going to let them take it out there. I knew what they were doing. Like, nothing really caught me by surprise, right? So I'm going to get some Iron Barb damage there, and it almost takes it out, but it's not quite enough. It would have been nice if I had Rocky Helmet on that set, but I did have another item there being I had the Ockerberry on that set. Now, next Pokemon here is Firelink. So we got a special set. So we got Focus Mist, No Retreat, Hyper Beam, and Focus Energy. This thing gets very little special moves, which is sort of why I wanted to use it, right? So we got Max Speed and Max Special Attack, and I gave it Modest Nature, right? Now we got the Azumarill swapping out again. Obviously, they want to save that choice band for something. I'm going to go for the No Retreat there. I thought, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to get a free swap with No Retreat, right? So Skarmory's they're probably predicting like a physical set, but at this stage, maybe they're predicting a special set, right? After seeing some of my sets. So go for Focus Mist there, and Focus Mist does exactly what it does best, and it misses. That was a very important miss there, because I definitely would have taken their Skarmory out, right? So Skarmory's going to go all the way back to full health there, and with the Roost there. Now I'm going to go for Focus Mist. It is going to land this time. As you can see, the damage on there was a huge amount of damage there. Almost taken out in one shot. So getting a special defense drop, not that it really mattered too much. Skarmory wasn't really much of a threat for my Firelings. However, they're going to whirlwind me out of there, and I'm going to lose my boost, right? So now we're going to go into Fracture. Unfortunately, this is a bulky Fracture set with only Toxic and Breaking Swipe, so I won't be able to take it out. This is a max health and max special defense set. It works very nicely, and it's got Everlight too, right? And Mold Breaker as the ability. Unfortunately, I am going to get outsped by Skarmory, and Breaking Swipe is not going to be able to take it out. I think even if I went first, I may have failed to take out the Skarmory with Breaking Swipe, right? As you can see there, the damage was very minimal. Now, Skarmory's attack is going to drop, which is fine. At this stage, I thought, well, they could go for a Stealth Rock here, right? Should I swap back into Flygon, or should I go into Phalanx? I decided to go back into Phalanx, so I thought that might be too obvious, and they're going to go for Stealth Rock. So like, okay, I was definitely reading their plays right at this stage. I was like, it doesn't really matter. Flygon did a brilliant job there, took out like most of their team. So what I'm going to be doing, right, I'm not going to be playing any games, setting up no retreat again. I know they've got a special defense drop, so I may as well take advantage of that, right? And Skarmory is going to be going down. So we got Azumarill, and we got this Kingdra as the last Pokemon. So I'm thinking, if this is a crit reset, which I'm 1000% sure it's going to be because I use Focus Energy, I need to hit this pretty hard, right? This thing will be quite scary in Dynamax. So go for that no retreat now. I know that I can definitely outspeed the Kingdra this turn and go for a Focus Miss. Then I'm thinking, if Focus Miss misses, this would be really bad. Maybe I should go for a Hyper Beam here just to guarantee a hit. I took the risk there, and Focus Miss is going to hit. Now, Focus Miss does a lot of damage there. It doesn't take out the Kingdra, unfortunately, but it does heaps of damage, so I'm really, really happy with that run. So here comes the Hydro Hydro Pump. Oh my goodness, I call it a Hydro Hump, but I mean Hydro Pump from the Kingdra there, and it does over half health, right? So that's pretty good, right? Now, what I'm thinking about doing, right, instead of going for the Focus Miss, which is definitely going to miss, let's go for a Hyper Beam and take out the Kingdra there, and it lands, which is very, very good, right? Now, the last Pokemon remaining is the Azumarill. It only has like a little bit of health left, and if they want a Dynamax, right, they can't go for an Aqua Jet. Unfortunately, at this stage, my, I can't believe I called Hydro Pump, Hydro Hump. Anyway, back to the battle. Azumarill is going to obviously take advantage of that recharge on my Phalanx, and Phalanx is going to go down. Oh my goodness, this is PG content, people, I swear. Okay, bye-bye Azumarill. My last Pokemon it revealed is Flappilia, and they're going to cancel the battle there. Obviously, they couldn't Dynamax, and they were going to get outsped there. That was a very, very close battle there, because Flygon essentially wasn't even around there, because Stealth Rocks would have taken it out. So, thank you for the battle there. Some very good plays there. Like, the Flygon was absolutely gold against that team. I think this whole surprise factor with the special set really, really put me in a good place there. Okay, the next battle here, this one's against Tapu Dust. We got a very interesting Athene team on my opponent's side of the field too. So Fletchling here is going to be struggling against a little Zigzagoon. It's going to be a Hyper Voice set there with Throat Spray. Now, normally this set relies on going down to 1 health, so I can have a full power of the Flail and then go for Acrobatics at full base power too, but instead the Zigzagoon didn't quite have enough base power to take me down to that, and Fletching is going to get countered. So it is what it is, people. Normally it's funny because it works better against Pokemon that hit very, very hard, right? Okay, so bye-bye Fletching. I probably called that Taylor like 3 times in this video. Now, my next Pokemon is Phalanx. We're going to go for a no retreat here because this Pokemon was very, very strong against this team. Now, the thing about Phalanx, right, on the special side, once you've used up all your Focus Blast, you can't really do much because it doesn't learn any other moves and it only has Hyper Beam, right? So Zigzagoon's going to go for an Ice Beam here. It actually freezes one of the little soldiers in between, like, you know, the little, I don't know what you call it, like a centipede thing. I'm not really sure what the right terminology for it is. Anyway, so I detour out of that, and Zigzagoon is going to be going down. It's quite funny, like it only thawed out the middle part of its body. Maybe that's why it thawed out so quickly. Right? Next Pokemon is Obstagoons. You might be able to see what the team they're going to do here. Focus Miss, of course, is going to do its best job at missing there. And we've got a Reckless Takedown set there. Since I had that no retreat up, I took that rather well. Now, the item on this one is Citrus Berry, so I am going to get a little bit of health back there. So I need to really connect this Focus Miss here. Otherwise, I'm going to go down. Focus Miss is going to land, and I can see it's got a Chopple Berry on it. Will it be enough, though, to actually make the Obstagoon live there? Unfortunately for Obstagoon, it's not. So I had that +1 in special attack, and the 4 times weakness was a bit rough there for Obstagoon. Next Pokemon is, it's another Zigzagoon. It's a shiny Zigzagoon. I actually really like the shiny Zigzagoon. It looks very, very cool. Okay, so go for Focus Miss again. And, of course, Focus Miss is going to miss. So we got the Thunder Wave here. That's going to be annoying there because that's going to slow me down. And, I mean, it's not the end of the world because I can still fire off some pretty powerful moves. So I might be able to take one more Pokemon out. So here comes the Knockoff there. Knockoff's not going to do much. So they got Thunder Wave and Knockoff. So, like, okay, what other moves do they have? And they've got Protectors at other moves. So, like, that's sort of bad because if I get paralyzed or I hit their Protect, I am going to use up my Focus Blast. Remember, I've only got 8 of them, right? So here comes another Knockoff there. Clearly, they have nothing to hit me with here apart from Knockoff. Focus Miss is going to land this time. So I'm like, okay, that's good. That's another Zigzagoon down the drain. Unfortunately, it's got a Focus Sash, so I'm going to need to hit it with another Focus Miss. Or maybe I was thinking, maybe I should just go for the Hyper Beam, right? So now it's going to go for a Protect here. Basically, it was sort of like a prediction wall with the Protect, and the focus miss, because obviously, as my opponent know, right, I only had like a couple of focus misses left, right. So I think I had like 2 or 1 left at this point. So go for focus blast, and it's gonna miss at this point. I was getting very, very unlucky yet. So I think I had like 1 left there, 1 or 2 left, and then I kept, basically what happened, right, I kept getting paralyzed when they went for protect. And then I kept missing when that didn't happen. So it's very, very frustrating here. So Phalanx is sort of in the position here. I sort of lost my cool. I was like, you know what? I'm going to go for Hyper Beam on a Pokemon on 1 health. So Zigzagoon is going to go down, and that's the 3rd Pokemon. Unfortunately, that Zigzagoon sort of spelt doom for my Phalanx there, paralyzing me and using up all of my focus misses, right? Now, the next Pokemon is the Leeloon. So it's like an evolution team of all the Zigzagoons, right? I've actually done this one myself quite a while ago. The problem about that team is it's very, very weak to fighting, and fighting such like a common type. It's difficult to run. So we got the Hone Claws from the Leeloon here. They're going to get a buff in attack and accuracy there, and they've also got the Toxic Orb as the item too, obviously for their ability. So here we go. We got the Facade here, and obviously that's going to boost the power of Facade, and Phalanx is going to go down. So bye-bye, Phalanx. You did very well there. Unfortunately, you got beaten by a Zigzagoon, a shiny one at that. That Thunder Wave and Protect completely screwed it up. Okay, going to Fraction out. This is the bulky set there. Fraction's actually got a very, very cool shiny. I really, really like it. I guess Haxorus has a nice shiny too. So Facade hits very, very hard on Fraction. We're going to go for the Breaking Swipe here. I knew that Breaking Swipe would take it out, but it would be very handy to actually dropping the attack and doing like some damage to the Zigzagoon, right? Now, it would have been nice if I had Protect here, because I could have got Protect again. However, I don't have that. We've got another Facade from the Zigzagoon, sorry, the Leeloon, and Fracture is going to be going down. Now, this thing only has a couple more turns left, because it will go down to the toxic damage, right? So what I'm going to be doing is going to go into the Flygon here. So I thought, well, Flygon should easily be in like a good amount of range here. However, I'm going to swap out here just in case, and I'm going to go into Ferrothorn, right, to bait out a Facade on my Iron Barbs, right? And Iron Barbs plus the toxic spikes, sorry, the toxic damage to the Leeloon should be enough to take it out, right? So getting some damage there, which is nice, and Leeloon is going to go down to the toxic damage. That's the only thing about Toxic Orb. You really have to make those plays when the Pokemon is on the field. Make it count then. Otherwise, if you've got to swap it out and maybe do it like one at a time, like maybe Facade, then U-turn or something like that. Anyway, we've got another Leeloon here. It's a Whirlpool set, and it's going to be trapping my Ferrothorn in. What I'm going to be doing here is going to be going for Gravity, right? I didn't get to use this in the first battle, but I sure got to use it in the second one, right? So Gravity obviously increases the accuracy of moves by 66%, I believe, and it's sort of a random number. And we got a Thunder Wave here, which is going to paralyze my Ferrothorn. So this thing was sort of based around paralyzing me and just generally annoying the crap out of me, which it definitely did, right? So we got a Whirlpool and we got a Thunder Wave here, and Ferrothorn can't really do too much. And here comes the Attract. Imagine falling in love with a Ferrothorn. It would be a very spiky relationship, if you know what I'm saying. So I'm paralyzed. Infatuated, but I somehow still got the explosion off. I'm sorry, I didn't have Ockerberry. I had normal gem for explosion. I just remember that. So we got the normal gem activation there on my Adamant Ferrothorn, and it didn't take it out. That is definitely Everlighted Leeloon there. So bye-bye Ferrothorn, but you did a very good chunk of damage. Now we're going to be going into Flappilia. Now, the cool thing about Gravity being on the field, it will actually increase the power of Grav Apple, which is a really, really nice sort of thing. If you think about it logically, though, it sort of makes sense, right? You got the apple high up in a tree, right? And you've got that gravity boost. Imagine getting hit by that apple. That would have done a lot of damage there, and Leeloon is going to be going down. Now, we got one more Pokemon left, and it's the Obstagoon. So, I think it's a second, yeah, it's a second Obstagoon. Now, right here, right, I was thinking, you know what I should do? I should go for either Grave Apple, or I should maybe, I could swap into a Flygon, but I definitely think they're going to go for a normal type move, so I don't want to do that, right? Now, whether I could outspeed the Obstagoon by Flygon was another thing, because I was running Modest Nature, and I wasn't sure if they were going to be running Adamant or Jolly, right? So we got the Flapple going. I actually went for the Dragon Rush here, and they're going to outspeed me with a Max Strike, and that's going to take Flapple out in one shot. Nothing I really could have done there. Flapple isn't overly fast either. The item under the Flapple was an Assault Vest too. So next Pokemon and last Pokemon was my Flygon here. So at this stage I was thinking, okay, if I do get outspeed here, maybe I should go for a Dynamax and a Dragon type move to drop its attack, and then that should be enough, hopefully, to take it out, right? Should be around a 2-year KO. Hopefully, you know. I might be able to drop their speed with Max Strike, but I know they're going to be going for a Max Strike too. So if I go for Max Strike and they outspeed me, it's not really going to matter. So I may as well go for my most, you know, powerful move and to drop their attack, right? So go for the Dragon Pulse there. They were outsped me with a Max Strike. They were definitely running Jolly there. I was running Modest. And it does just a little bit over half health. So I was like, okay, I'm definitely going to be going down to the next one, right? But if I go for Max Whirlwind, I won't. I'll be able to live, right? So here comes the Max Whirlwind there, and it does very, very underwhelming damage to Obstagoons. So I'm like, man, I've dropped their attack. I can live the next one, and I've got some burn damage there too. So unfortunately, I don't have like a Max Guard or anything like that. And here comes a Max Knuckle to boost their attack. What I did, right, is I went for another Dragon Pulse here from my Flygon to try and drop their attack. Unfortunately, the Max Knuckle is going to be boosting their attack, and Obstagoon is going to fail to go down there. Now, Obstagoon, that was its last turn in Dynamax, but since it already outsped me, and I know that I'm pretty sure that it's going to be running Facade, Flygon is not going to be able to live this attack. Hope you people enjoyed both these battles. Like I said, there was something very, very sad and funny at the end of this video, and it is coming up right after this battle. Let me know what you think about this little next section there. I can tell you what, people, it almost broke my heart. I'm gonna not spoil it anymore. All right, people. Hope you enjoyed the battles. I'll catch you next time. Peace.